during the parts of Token 2049 in Dubai that I experienced firsthand. So I actually made mainstream news, I guess the Daily News or Daily Beast or something, or Daily Mail. I made that mainstream media outlet, which was kind of interesting. Super random. I don't know. It was crazy. But anyways, let's go into kind of talk about what happened and whatever, because I know I had dropped some content for you guys. Also, too, if you're in here, make sure to let me know if you can see me, because I don't see anybody up there. This thing always does that. But anyways, so I traveled to go to Dubai for Token 2049. The reason why I traveled to go there is because it's a massive crypto hub. The reason why it's a massive crypto hub is because they have very pro crypto regulations out there. They foster crypto. They like innovation. They actually want to, experience, or they want to improve, I guess, the quality of life for themselves, get more money and taxes. I don't even know. But they're pro crypto and that's a good thing. It's a positive thing, because the amount of money that was spent for Token 2049 with all of the crypto companies, there's millions and millions of dollars. So all of that money goes back into their economy. It goes back into their local businesses and the services they provided, etc. So I think that's absolutely amazing. And the crappy thing about it is in America, we used to have awesome crypto conferences. Like, we used to get all these big sponsors, people would spend money. They would put on these awesome events so people can go network and talk and learn about crypto. But we can't really do that anymore because of the way the SEC is acting. So essentially, hey Mo, and again, if you guys want to become a member, you get a little badge and I will give you special shout outs, etc. But anyways, and that's really unfortunate, because America is struggling right now. We're struggling. There's a lot of strife here, and we could have millions of dollars flooding back into the United States of America economy, but our public servants would rather just kind of like litigate and try to ban crypto, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I don't even want to get into that too terribly much, but a lot of the money has gone overseas. It's in Dubai, it's in the Middle East, it is in Asia. So that's why I had traveled to Token 2049. So I checked the weather, everything is cool. And, I packed, clothes, whatever. Nowhere did it say that there was going to be any type of crazy rains. So by the time I got there was already a little bit of drama at the airport, not with me. Not my story to share. But there's already a little bit of drama at the airport, and then we finally get to the hotel. Everything is like wonderful, and then it starts raining. Like, it starts raining the next morning, and it's like, what is this? Like, this is supposed to be like the desert. They're not supposed to be these types of rains out here. And Dubai it's built absolutely amazing. Like, it is super beautiful. It's amazing. There's massive structures, but they don't have any type of drainage. And the reason why they don't have drainage is because they don't experience these crazy rains. Like in Los Angeles, we have drainage, and that's because we get rains. And again, in my TikTok video that went viral, I talked about this. I was like, I'm so thankful that I pay all these insane taxes to have drainage. So the one part of the reason why it flooded so badly was because they don't have drainage. There's nowhere for the water to go. Also, too, from what I've heard from locals, is that most of their electrical is down underground, which makes sense, because they, like in California, Los Angeles County, we have all these power lines. They don't have that. So when it started storming, water started building up because there's nowhere for it to go. And really, what I was seeing happen, the way that they dealt with the water, is they would have these trucks come and they would essentially pull the water out with like a hose or whatever, okay? So it started raining like crazy, etc. And it's not something you really expect when you're going to the desert. So it ended up getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then my friends wanted to go out. We ended up going out. We were stuck at this beautiful hotel, which I'm very blessed we had shelter, because a lot of people were out like running around. We were stuck there for like 5-6 hours. Michael's friend Corey from Bitcoin Energy Summit came to get us in his Jeep. I'm so thankful for that. They were able to get back to the hotel safely. So I was only really able to go to like one real event. So we get back to the hotel safely, but like all the videos that you see of the water and the flooding and like cars like floating away, that is 100% true, because they don't have drainage to facilitate the water to go anywhere. So everything that you saw on the internet as far as the flooding and cars floating, etc., 100% true, 100% true. And yeah, it was scary. It was absolutely scary. Like, it was very scary, because I've been in natural disasters before. I was here for the, Northridge earthquakes. My dad lived in Northridge, et cetera. I've experienced those, and it's a bit scary. So the next day we ended up going, like, everything was like fine, but then we ended up going to this yacht party to network and to talk. Absolutely amazing. The hosts were outstanding. Shout out to Shiba Inu. Big shout out to Shiba Inu. But it was outstanding, amazing. So we go to this yacht party, and it's still flooded everywhere. Like, the water is not cleared up any way, shape, or form. And again, too, like, I also went out to support SQUIDGROW, because I work alongside them, etc. And we really wanted to like talk to everybody and network about SilentSwap, which is a cross-chain privacy aggregator, and you guys are gonna absolutely love it. It's super, super cool. So shout out to the SQUIDGROW community, super amazing. I'll get back to SQUIDGROW in a minute. So anyways, we're out there on a yacht, everything is awesome, but I've still noticed that a lot of these streets are still heavily flooded. And like when you're going on the freeway, et cetera, like they're still pretty flooded. And also too, big shout out to all the Uber drivers, Kareem drivers, and the taxi drivers. Like they were so helpful. They were so kind, so polite. Like all the locals in Dubai, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I just, the people I feel bad for the most are them, because they were out there still working and they were out there trying to provide services like food services or whatever they provide. So they were the ones that really, really got impacted the most. And like, that's got to be a horrible thing, like trying to earn a living while dealing with a natural disaster. It's absolutely insane. So big shout out to them. But again, it's like, there's really nothing that anybody could do about the flooding, because shout out to Craig, member of the army, but there's really nothing that anybody could do because they just don't have drainage set up. And that's not a bad thing that they don't have drainage set up, because how are the people in, like, how are the public servants in Dubai going to know that they're going to have crazy flooding? And apparently from talking to some of the locals, they hadn't had a storm like this, I believe, for 75 years. So this was like a big thing. Big thing. As far as the weather goes, I'm hearing all these different rumors, people saying that X happened or Y happened, whatever. Me personally, I don't know. I just know it was a really crazy flood. So anyways, we did the yacht party, went to a couple events, and then the yacht party did a couple events, and then we went out again at night, and then I got home and I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. It's not like I didn't feel good about all the flooding that was there still, because the roads are still, they're still trying to clean everything up. And where I was staying in, I guess, the Ocean View area, right by kind of by the Ferris wheel. I could see it from my room. That was fine. Like that was pretty cleaned up for the most part, but I just didn't feel comfortable. And the article from Daily Mail says that I was traumatized, which is absolutely crazy. Y'all need to cut me a check. But yeah, it was scary. And part of the reason why I did decide to go home is because I have a 7-year-old daughter. My first job when I decided to have a baby with her dad was, I'm going to become a mom and I'm going to be dedicating my life, like pretty much 100% to my daughter, to make sure that she's healthy and safe. Like that's your job as a parent. Absolutely your job as a parent. So I just wasn't feeling comfortable being out there, being that separated from my daughter, not knowing if there's what type of after impacts it was going to be, if there's going to be structural damage or what it was going to be. Okay. I didn't know. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go home, because I'm having trouble, like, I'm not feeling comfortable about this. And also too, another thing that caused me to do that was that a lot of my friends coming in for Token 2049 in Dubai, they got stuck, they got rerouted, their flights were canceled. So the airlines were already a mess. And when you're in an international country and you don't speak the native language, you're not exactly sure the ropes there, probably it's a good idea to go home. But again, that was just me that wanted to go home. People stayed or having a great time. I'm happy for them. But me as a parent, I felt that I needed to go home. And then also too, the conflict started to escalate. So right as I was booking my plane to go from Dubai to Newark to LAX, there was another conflict that happened. So I was very thankful just to go, because God forbid. And again, my worst fear is being separated from my daughter and not being able to get to her when she needs me. Like she is number one, no matter what I do in crypto, no matter what I do with my life. Like I try to dedicate like everything. If you guys have noticed, like I create content and I create my schedule around my daughter's schedule. Like I could be live streaming early, I can be a digital nomad, but that wouldn't accommodate her schedule and it wouldn't be good for her, in my personal opinion as a parent. So I was like, you know what? I can come back to Dubai another time. I just wanted to get home. I just wasn't feeling comfortable because again, the roads were still flooded. There were people that were harmed allegedly. And again, and the reason why is all their electric is underground. So when you have water on top of electricity, it's not a good thing. It can be very, very, very dangerous. Like very dangerous. So for me, I was like, I just want to go home. So let me tell you about my journey home and how crazy it is and how big scammers these airlines are. Absolutely disgusting behavior. So I had tried to book a flight through Emirates to go home. I didn't get an email confirmation. The app was not working any way, shape, or form, but they charged my credit card. Okay. So I was like, so that was a whole nother thing. But then I was able to book a flight through United. That was kind of under Emirates, but it was through United. So that ended up working, but their app was having problems too. So Emirates right now, not only are they canceling flights, they're rerouting flights. You cannot call customer service. You can't, like, if you start a chat with them to try to like manage or change your reservation or do anything, it automatically cuts you off. It is impossible to get through to them. Any idea about a decent wallet better than Ledger? You can use a Web3 wallet, but I personally recommend a paper wallet. But talk about that in a different show. So anyways, so I get to the airport and my flight was booked for 1:55 through United AM. I get there. Well, actually, right after I booked it, it told me I had a 3-hour delay. And they could have just said that I had a 3-hour delay when I went to book it because there's multiple different flights. So anyways, I go talk to the lady. I was like, hey, I'm on this flight, but it's delayed. Can I book another flight? No, we're full. which is a 100% lie, and I'll tell you why. So, and then they wouldn't let me go through customs. They made me wait outside. They refused, even though I had my ticket, my boarding pass, my all identifications, passport, everything, they wouldn't let me go through. And that made me nervous because they were canceling flights like crazy. Like everyone I spoke to, they were canceling their flights. They were rerouting them, just canceling most of the flights. So it's like, okay, so I was like almost in tears at the airport because I was like, I just want to make sure I could get home to my baby. I was tired. I didn't really sleep, like, because I was a bit nervous. So I ended up having to sit for 4 hours, and then they finally were able to book me. And their airport does not come, like LAX is not the nicest airport, but their airport was a hot mess. None of the chargers were working. And then I was able to talk and communicate with a lot of people. Every single person I spoke with at the airport was trapped there for 14 to 48 hours. Like they were trying to get out of there. They could not get out of there. The airline customer service on pretty much almost all airlines was not responsive. They were not accommodating anyone. It was insane. Like people were literally stuck there. And then the airlines were telling them, no, you can't get out. And that's not a Dubai problem. That is an airline problem. But the cool thing about the Dubai airport is they do have a hotel and gyms and saunas, like all this crazy stuff. But they didn't have good charging stations, which was kind of scary because like if you're stuck there for a long time, then you're, and at least the terminal I was in, maybe the other terminals they did. But anyways, but like, so they were just, some of the people didn't even get booked in hotels, but it was absolutely horrible because there's all these people that are essentially trapped at that airport because of the airlines. Also, to make sure you guys smash like, and they're sleeping on the floor with their families and their kids, and it's just a hot mess. Like it was just really unfortunate to see all of that happen. And I get there was a natural disaster, like things were awry, but the fact that the airlines did not have enough customer service representatives to help people or to get them rerouted was very upsetting. And the reason why I was so pissed, because when I got on my flight, which thank God, when I got on my flight from Dubai to Newark, it was only like 90% full. And they were literally telling people, and because I heard them, they were telling people, no, we can't put you on this flight, it's full. And then they were telling us the flight was full, which it was not full any way, shape, or form. Like I was sitting next to this gentleman, he and I became friends, we exchanged contacts, but like we were like looking at each other like, are you serious? And I was sitting in economy plus because I was like, that was the only space left. That was the only space left. I'll talk to you about the Bitcoin happening. Be patient. So anyways, that was the only space left, was in economy plus, whatever. I just want to get home. So I booked it. And there's like almost like 7 seats available. And then if you go to economy, there's like 20 or 30 seats available. And I'm thinking to myself, like, there's people literally stranded at the airport. You are not filling up the plane. Like, people want to get home. And plus, like, what are you doing? So that entire thing was weird too. I didn't get it. So if you're traveling home from Dubai and they're telling you there's not room on the flights, they are lying to you. And then also too, like, I'm trying to get a refund on as I was supposed to come back on the 22nd. There's no one I can talk to, so I had to submit a claim. And then they charged my credit card for a flight that I didn't even get a confirmation for. And on top of that, my flight from the 22nd was completely removed from the system. I can't even look it up. So basically 2 of my flights were canceled. My tickets were canceled somehow. They haven't given me a refund yet. That's fine. Like whatever, I'll deal with it later. I already called the credit card company today. But like, it was just absolutely insane. And people were trapped in Dubai because of the harsh weather conditions. And then getting home, like if you were trying to get home or whatever, forget it. Like, and I just hope that all my friends that still stay there, they're going to be able to leave like on the 22nd or the 23rd. But a lot of my friends, their flights got canceled, and it's just like an absolute mess. And getting a hold of the airlines is ridiculous. So if you are still in Dubai, what you want to do is you want to book a second flight just to make sure that you get home on time. And if you have to eat the money or get a refund or whatever, do that. And I had a couple flights booked because I needed to get home because I just was not feeling comfortable being that far away from my daughter. So anyways, I'm home safe. I did get to network and talk to a lot of people. I was able to meet a lot of people, but it's just unfortunate because I did want to stay there longer. I did want to experience the culture and experience the different things to see and just hang out more, network more. So business-wise, for me, tourist-wise, for me, but it was a very interesting experience that I'm very grateful to be a part of because I got to see, kind of essentially, I was in the middle of like a historic event. And then I was featured in the Daily Mail, which was super random. My face is all crazy looking like that. But I'm home safe. And again, like big thank you to the people, like the natives of Dubai, especially the car drivers, nicest people ever. Like calm, patient. These guys literally went, because they're all male drivers, literally went out of their way to make sure you got to where you needed to get safe. Like they were taking, one of my friends, they went out and they got stuck the second night. And that was another reason why is I had friends that or not the second night, but one of the nights I decided I did not want to go out, they went out and they got stuck for 5 hours in traffic because the roads are still not clear enough. And again, that's not Dubai's fault. It's a natural disaster. It's something that happened, and they did the best that they could to get everything cleaned up. And like they worked around the clock. And I don't know if it's sorted yet, but I just know when I was on the way to the freeway, it was supposed to be a 15-minute drive. It took us almost 2 hours to get there, and there was still a lot of water on the freeway, and there was still and a lot of the roads were still blocked. So I feel like in the like where the tourist part of Dubai is, it was safer. But if you go like out a little bit more outside on the outskirts, like where, a lot of the residentials, et cetera, are, it was a hot mess. So that's just my opinion. But I got to the airport, I had some McDonald's fries. The flight was a hot mess. Like it was just the flight, like you could just tell the flight attendants were stressed. Like everybody was stressed. Nobody knew what to do. And the fact that they didn't fill the damn planes up, knowing that there's people that were literally trying to get home, that was problematic for me. And again, that's not a Dubai problem. That's a United problem. So anyways, I'm home safe. It was a very, very interesting journey. I would love to go back to Dubai again. It's just right now I'm going to wait. I'm probably going to wait till the next crypto event. And I'm also going to wait until things get like a little situated. But one of the things I wanted to say too, like one of the gentlemen from the SQUIDGROW community, he came and he brought Michael, because Michael's the COO. He brought us these little goodie bags. Sweetest thing ever. Sweetest thing ever. Like the SQUIDGROW community, I can't begin to tell you guys like how awesome they were. And again, that's one of the reasons why I was in Dubai, doing my WendyO stuff, networking and whatever, but also representing SQUIDGROW and just like talking and networking and letting people know, that we're just not a meme coin. We actually have valid utility. So I don't know. I'm excited for you guys to see what the devs are cooking up with the silent swap and some of the other things that we're working on. But overall, I'm home. I got to see my baby yesterday. I feel happy to be home. And I'm also very grateful to like all the drivers and all the the people that are working on the roads to get things safe and back up to normal in Dubai. And I also just feel so bad for so many of the locals because their houses were flooded. Like it was just absolutely horrible. Like I've had like my roof almost cave in before and leak and all kinds of stuff when I used to live in the other house in the hood. And I know how stressful it is when you have water because you can't stop it. So I hope everybody arrives home safely. I hope there's not too much drama with the flights. And shout out to Secret Network. But yeah, I'm home now. I'm happy to be home. Dubai is a beautiful place, and I wish I could go back, but I'm not going to go back for a while until all the damage and everything is assessed. But also too, big shout out to Binance. Like they were awesome over there, and there was some other, and like Chainlink too. I got to go to their parties, and Shiba Inu. Big shout out to them. And then all the other connections and people that I met, and some of you that I was able to meet. And I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer, but it is what it is. Like my job is to be a parent and be present for my daughter. And when there's like a natural disaster that occurred, or there's a conflict, or there's things going on, to me, I was not able to mentally be there because I need to make sure that I'm there for my daughter. She always comes first. Like always comes first. It doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. It doesn't matter if I can go somewhere and make $10 million. Like if I can't be there for my daughter, not doing it. Because what type of parent am I? So I don't know. I'm happy to be home, happy to be back with you guys. I will have some travel that's going to occur end of next month in May. I think me and Dee are going on tour, plus there's consensus, all kinds of cool stuff. But anyways, you guys, thank you for being so amazing. Big shout out to the Daily Mail and all the other mainstream media outlets that contacted me. And if y'all want some tea, I got the tea on the airlines and whatnot. But yeah, pretty much all the stuff that you saw on social media was true with the flooding and whatnot. And again, it was a natural disaster. Those things happened. And, there's rumors of what type of all this other stuff, which I can't comment on because I don't know what really happened. I just know Mother Nature does not F around, and you should always respect it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to drop a funny short for you. Oh, also is Happy Bitcoin Halving Day, which we'll talk about tomorrow. Got a short for you coming up, and then tomorrow we'll be live streaming dumpster diving with the S coins and back to our regular schedule. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Bye.